All right, my manatee friends, here we are. Bar graphs. Let's talk and learn about bar graphs. So first of all, a bar graph uses bars to show data. And we're going to look at where the bars end to find out how many. Okay, just like every other graph we've learned about so far, every tally chart, picture graph, and table, there's a title. There are categories. Now what's different is a bar graph has a scale, not a key. Okay, the pictograph or the picture graph had a key which told you the picture represented a certain amount, either 1, maybe 2, maybe even 5, right? Well, a bar graph shows it can either be horizontal or it can be vertical, like down here. And the scale is always going to help tell the data. Ms. GW uses bar graphs all the time to show Mrs. Brees your data and your learning. So I think even we've looked at bar graphs when I show our ThinkCentral data on the smartboard for all of us to look at and see where are we at in our skills and learning. Have we met our goals? Those kinds of things, okay? So let's look. Outdoor game. Children playing games. That's the title of our chart. That's the title of our data. Here are our categories: basketball, jump rope, soccer, or tag, right? And then here's our scale. So if I look at tag and my question is, how many children were playing tag? I can just follow the scale, follow the bar. It stops at 5, and so I know 5 children were playing tag. Now I can also ask general questions and answer, like which sport was played the most by children? Well, look for the largest bar, goes all the way up to 8, and the answer is, woohoo, soccer! Soccer's the best sport ever, right? Okay, let's look at the next bar graph down here, marbles in a bag. So we're going to use the bar graph to answer our questions together. And then we're going to move on and you're going to have some independent practice work to do today. How many green marbles are in the bag? So let's look. Find green. Follow the scale up. See where it stops. Follow it across. And the answer is 4. There are 4 green marbles. How many more blue marbles than purple marbles are in the bag? So I need to find out how many blue. There are 6. Then I need to go find out how many purple. And there are 3. So 6 minus 3 is 3. Very good. So there are 3 more blue marbles than purple marbles. Oh, here's a big question. How many marbles are in the bag? So now this question's asking what? It didn't say a specific color, did it? So that means I need to be counting red marbles, blue marbles, green marbles, and purple marbles. 2 plus 6 plus 4 plus 3. Now I know my addition properties tells me that I can add them any way I want. 2 plus, what did we say? 6 plus, what else did we have? 4 plus, what else? 3. You know what I'm going to do? I like to make a 10. We know this, right? We've practiced that before. Let me see if I can make this just a little bit smaller now. All right, so I'm going to take these 2 numbers right here, my 6 and my 4, and I'm going to make a 10. And now all I have to do, I'm going to take my 2 and my 3, and I'm going to make a 5 out of those. So now all I have to add is my 10 plus 5, and the answer is, let's make a new color. What's the answer this time? 15. So the answer here, total is 15 marbles. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so let's look at the next page. You have this to do on your own today. It looks like there's a lot of work today, but that's because I'm not assigning any more work. So you're going to have this in your classwork. So in your Google classwork, you have this to complete, okay? Take your time and use it wisely and complete that. Then the next thing you're going to have in your ThinkCentral, you will have animated math models.
George is making a bar graph.
So you are going to complete your animated math models, making and interpreting bar graphs in your ThinkCentral. Remember, when you have animated math models, sometimes people message me and they're like, I did it and it didn't say turn in. You have to do all of these parts, okay? So you're going to learn the math. And you can just click the arrows to learn the math.
You can make a bar graph to show the number of use the data in the table to make a horizontal bar graph.
Then you're going to do the math.
There are 5 tortoises at the zoo. Make a bar for the tortoises.
Okay, and then you're going to do the independent practice portion of it.
Use the table. Click your answer.
And then at the very end, you have the quiz.
Use the graph. Click the arrow to select your answer.
All right, so when you're finished with all of these,
George is making a bar graph of the sea.
All right, what you need to know that's very important is you have to keep clicking the arrow to continue. If you don't keep clicking the arrow to continue before you go on to the next part, then you are not completing the activity. So make sure you're doing all of your animated math models, all right? So you have that, you have the classwork paper, you have animated math models, and then you have 2 other activities in the classroom, which is money in the bank. So you have to answer the interpretation of this bar graph, and in the garden. Once you've completed all of that, you've finished all of your math for the week, aside from independent ThinkCentral activities that might be assigned to you that would be in the form of like MTSS or something like that. Okay? So make sure you're taking your time. Make sure you're pacing yourself. Do a really good job of pacing yourself. When I give you everything for the week up front, that does not mean you need to finish everything that day. Okay? So check and pace yourself. So when you finish all of these activities, that means we will have completed, let's see now, we would have completed tally charts, reading a table, pictographs, and bar graphs. And that should take us through a lot of our data. And you would have already given yourself or created a data challenge also. So you should be good to go for the week there, okay? If you feel like you finished all of your work early and you need more assignments, message me privately and I will put some things together for you specifically. All right, manatees, good job in your math.